Good afternoon, fellow traders. Black Coffee Trader coming to you. It is Tuesday, the 21st of May. And what do you know? We had another excellent day today, 100% green across all 12 of the funded accounts. I am so happy with just overall the way that the trading has gone. Just an excellent day here. One trade, basically, I'm copy trading these bottom 8 accounts and I'm copy trading these 4 near-death accounts. One trade on all of these accounts this morning. I was trading micros on the same trade on the near-death accounts, and obviously had this trade on the on minis on the rest of these 8. But so the key for me is one of the key takeaways for the last couple of days really for me has been trust the levels. I've been marking levels on my charts for quite some time now, and I'm really becoming quite confident in the levels, and that's something that's really helped me as a trader. When we are at a level, one of the things that I've learned quite well the last couple of weeks is that just because we get to a level doesn't mean that there's a trade there. However, you can look at that, wait for the retest, test or retest, and in this case, this trade this morning at 11:15 was just textbook. You know, this morning we opened, had a little dip down, kind of a chop session, up through the 18,730s, and then we wick tested the 760s, and you could call that a test. But it was more of, to me, it wasn't as clear of a test because it was just a wick test. And then we had a nice test of that level, and we had a nice pullback. This would have been an okay entry, would have been an okay trade, but the waiting until it retests was critical. And I entered this trade here around 11:15, one contract shooting for 40 ticks, which is $200. Had about 4 points in drawdown, which is not bad at all. I thought about bailing on the trade, but looking at, because I didn't want to have a big loser. And the key thing with a trade like this, and I've talked about this before, is the risk is right here. There's a very low risk, and the reward is huge. The reward to the downside is huge. That's what I like about taking trades like this. But in any case, as I watched this candle forming, the price action, I was like, yeah, it's gonna hold. I think I'm okay. And I was only down like $70, 4 points roughly. And then I'm really proud of myself for how I managed this trade. Now, granted, if you look at this, hindsight's always 20/20. Had I held all the way through this, I could have gotten this wick down here and gotten a really, really nice profit potentially. But I am not complaining. I'm really happy with a $220 winner. So what I did, I had said earlier here, I was looking for 40 ticks or 200. Once I saw this just continue, I moved my take profit down to the like $400 level, 350, 400 level. And then I moved my stop loss to $20 in profit, just so that I wouldn't go negative. I've been struggling with, once we get to that 120, 130 range, I'll go to 100 in profit to try to lock that in. And I feel like it's hurt me in the past, and it probably would have hurt me today. But moving my stop to like $20 just to protect the trade, so I'm not going to take a loss on the trade. And then just working with my close all button to actually close the trade. That's really what happened. We wicked into this 250 area. We pulled back to like 220, and I said, I'm good. I'm over the 40 ticks already. Let's just close this trade and take 220. So, you know, copy trading 220, 216 to 220 across all 8 accounts. Great trade. I'm very, very happy with that. And then looking at minis, I took a couple of trades. This is that same trade that we took in the morning at the 11:15 marker on micros. And then I took another trade here, a long trade, as we retested this, and I was just wrong, had a loss. And then this is the one area with micros that I don't like about myself. It's easy for me to take trades on micros because there's little risk, little reward. When you're trading 50 cents a tick, you know, stop losses, if you lose, you're down $20, whatever. So it's easy for me to do this, and this was a bit of a willy-nilly trade. This trade were all on the level. I'm not drawing the levels here, but those are all on the 18,760 level. This trade down here with 2 contracts was not. One was a winner, one was a loser. And then I'm most happy at this point, I was down like $30 some, $38 maybe across these 4. And then I took one more trade here at around 145 right off this level. As we broke it, pulled back, I entered on the green candle actually. So if you look at this, that trade happens right here, right in at that point. That's where I took the long trade, and I took that with 3 contracts. First, I had basically a $10, $20, and $30 profit target. I did move this profit target up and got a $36 winner on the last contract because I was trying to get these bottom 2 to be at least have 300 in drawdown, which we got there. So really, really happy overall with the trading today. This trade I'm not happy with. The others I'm completely okay with. Overall, just a pretty solid, well-executed day for me. Very, very happy with that. So let me just talk a little bit about this. So I had a goal of trying to get these to 300 and draw down. So what I'm probably going to do tomorrow is I will copy trade all 10 of these, the bottom 10 accounts. I'll copy trade all 10 of those. If the first trade ends up being a loser, or at least if it's a full loss of 200, I still have 100 in drawdown on these 2 accounts, and I'll just go back to trading micros. If I have a winner on the first trade, which hopefully we can, then I'll be at 400 or maybe 450, 500 in drawdown. Now we have some wiggle room and we can continue to trade that account. That is my game plan with kind of the rescue mission, if you want to say it that way, that I have on accounts that end up in this near-death position. So another couple things to talk about. I did have a bad day with my take profit eval. That has definitely been one of those up down things, but it is what it is. I also lost my 250K that I've been trading, and I have pretty much decided I am not going to continue trying to pass a 250K account. I've tried it 3 or 4. I think I did 4 now. So, I spent what? 16 times 4, so about 66, 70 bucks, whatever, on evals. And it is a beast. It's a beast, and it's just not my forte. So I am going to write that off. Hats off to you guys if you are doing it. I mean, I think if you're able to pass one of those, it's a phenomenal account with 6,500 to drawdown. That is, I would love to have that. Just that peace of mind of having that much drawdown. But I'm not going to kill myself. I feel like it takes away from my focal point on my 50Ks. And then the other positive today is I traded and passed 2 evals. So I have 2 more now that I'm just going to hold on to for a minute. We'll see how the trading goes with these. And if I happen to lose 1 or 2 of these, then I have these to put in place. But I want to show you how I passed these. Let's go to account 246. 246, I took a long trade with 5 contracts, and I was incorrect, had a loser, and then I shorted with 10 contracts, 5 and 5, and both of them were winners. So that brought me back to, brought me into profit. And then I reshorted right here with 10 contracts and had a $2,000 winner there. So that was my trading to pass that account. Took me what, 12:15 to, yeah, it took me about an hour to pass that account. 3 trades. The second account is 274. I entered once long, pretty much at the same point that I entered right here. I took the same, pretty much the exact same trade there. I entered long with 10 contracts. In 21 minutes, we had our full $3,000 in profit. So I really like passing them that way. I like trading and passing them that way. I've actually rarely, just on a normal trading day, went 10 contracts. But again, I was trusting these levels. It's just when you have a level and you understand how, if you're in sync with the market, there are days when you're not in sync with the market. I mean, I definitely have those days, and I'm sure there's more to come. But when you're in sync with the market, you're seeing things well, kind of makes sense, 10 contracts and boom, there you go. So big win. Let's take a look at TradeZella. This is this week. Let's look at today. Excellent day. I think today's the first time I've ever seen myself have a Zella score of 100. That's pretty cool. Win-loss, average win, about 4 times the average loss today. Profit factor nearly 10. That's phenomenal. Trade win rate 71%. That's really high for me. I'm really happy with that, obviously. And also of note, today is the first time that I have ever had a back-to-back over $1,000 profit day. I went back and looked way back when I had my first accounts passed. I had 2 days of nearly 1,000 in profit back-to-back, but I've never had 2 days back-to-back of over 1,000 in profit. So that's a big win. Definitely gonna keep that for a big win for today. That is awesome. Really happy with that. Let's look at this week. What are our stats for this week for the first 2 days? Good numbers, really good numbers. Profit factor of 565, average win rate 4 times the average loser, or the average winner is at 4 times the average loser. Win rate 58%, that's pretty much par for me. But yeah, really, really good. Zella score 99.4 offense. It's really, really good. But yeah, really happy with just the way I've managed, especially the last 4 days. 4 days ago, I had that big loss in 20 minutes where I got wrecked. And I feel like the mental game was there. However, that day was a very, very, very good tuition day to help me really understand some of the bad habits that I have as a trader. And that day has really set me up for what's happened thereafter for the last 3 days of being green and really patient and taking good trades. So I was just really happy with that. The other thing too is I know on this day I was really paying attention to the P&L. And like, for example, this trade this morning, I did not look once at I was not looking at this chart at all. I was looking at the trade itself. I was looking at the market. And that's how I decided when to exit. It was not my P&L. It was the market itself. I was looking at this, and yes, I knew that I was, 200, 220. I knew that. However, just really paying attention to the trade itself is what was the key for me today. So again, really happy with today. Just awesome day, well executed. The only blemish really was the lost 250K and the bad day on the take profit eval, but you know what, it is what it is. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for using my codes, whether the Take Profit or the Apex code. And reminder, the Apex 90% off sale is ending on Thursday night. Did get clarification on that. It does end on Thursday night. So there's that. If you're new here, feel free to like and subscribe. I try to do these update videos every single day. I hope you guys had a great day. I appreciate you all commenting and sharing your days, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent. I appreciate that. I try to do my best to answer and communicate with you that way. But once again, have a great night. We'll try to have another update for you tomorrow. Oh, another thing to remind everybody of, in case you didn't know, I guess I should maybe check this out before I just share it. Well, I guess I'm here now, so I have to share it. But I think we have NVIDIA earnings, I think at 4 o'clock tomorrow. So be on the lookout for that. Maybe you guys know, but that should be a market mover. NVIDIA probably will move the NASDAQ tomorrow at 4 p.m. Again, I think it's 4 p.m. when those earnings come out, but double check and verify that before you just take my word for it. But in any case, tomorrow night should be interesting, and we'll see how the rest of the week goes. But continue to trade well. Let's keep making profits here, and we'll catch you on the flip side. So long.